I was trying to do a video on how to capture an IR, an impulse response, from a cabinet. And today I borrowed my friend's Gallian Kruger 212 and 210. I got a SM57 microphone and a Sennheiser E906. And what I found out worked really okay was to mic the port. There's a bass port in the 210 and there's a bass, two bass ports in the 212. So I place one microphone at the sub of the 210 and I just mic the elements in the 212. So I'm trying to show you how to do this. So I take the speaker out of the cabinet into a small power amp, which costs like $200. And with this you can power any cabinet and use it to make an IR, because you don't want to use your amp with tubes and stuff. You want a clean power amp. Okay, so I go from the speaker to the output and the input. The input of the pedal comes from output 2 on the XFX. And be sure to not overdo it with the volume. I barely have it up because it's crazy loud, the sine sweep from the XFX2. So I learned the hard way. And then, of course, I have the microphone, which is going into a small Behringer mixer. And it's not top notch, I know, but it works. So here I place the microphone input, and yeah, I had the other mic mic'd up as well. And then I set the levels and the output of the mixer, which has the microphone in front of the speaker, goes to input 2 on the XFX. And let me see if I can make this work. Yeah, I just had to find a cable here. So I put the output 2 volume knob on the XFX up a bit. And then I go in the menu, I go to utility, page, 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 page to the IR cap. And here you can test the signal to see if you got right amount coming into the XFX from the mixer. Yeah, so I can turn up a little bit. A little bit more. A little bit more. There. When it barely touches the red, I think it's okay. So then we've got the signal and we got just the right amount. Then we navigate over to the capture. And then we press enter. There, it's done. If you could only focus. And here you see the curve of my Gallian Kruger bass cab. And then I can save it to a user slot. You can save it to any of the 100 user slots. And you can of course name it anything you like. So I did this. I took a lot of IRs, some with a mix from the sub and the speaker with different kind of microphones. And here, when I've saved the speaker to 90, then I open up the Fractal bot. I can show you here. Starting it, I select the XFX2, and then I want to receive the XFX2, and I want to save it to this. I press begin, and I know that this IR I captured is to the user slot 90. So then I go to Fractal bot and I just type 90 and enter. There. Now I've taken an IR of a bass cab with the microphone through a mixer and a small power amp. I send the signal into the XFX2, save the IR in the XFX2, and then I've sent it to my PC so I can share this IR with other folks on the internet, so they can use my Gallian Kruger speaker in their XFX. Cool. So I used the XFX to make an impulse response, and of course I wanted to try to tone match this bass amp, which sounds really nice. It's a Gallian Kruger 800 MB Fusion. I only took the clean channel because we can use a drive block in the XFX if you want some dirt. So what I did was I took some tone matches of different positions of the contour, and with these settings it sounded really good. So it's kind of the same. I plug the bass into the cabinet, I mic the cabinet with the microphone, send the microphone into the mixer, which goes out into input 2 of the XFX, and then I used, here's a template, let me see, yeah, Gallian Kruger Fusion 800 plus 212 bass tone match. And what I did was use the new orange 200 bass we just got in firmware 13. which sounds really good. I used that as a bass tone, for the Gallian Kruger tone match. And I took the send. I also tried the DI of the Gallian Kruger, but I ended up using the send. And then I place a tone match block just after the cab, after the amp, and set it to input 2, which comes, the mic goes into the mixer output to input 2, and then the tone match block listens to that signal. And as you see here, that's the tone of the pure, no, that's a tone match with the cabinet. I also did a few tone matches with just bass amp, yeah. And as you see, there's not a lot of variation in the IQ, but I wanted that Gallian Kruger inside my XFX2, so I did it. And then I have a tone match of the Gallian Kruger 800 Fusion bass, and then I took the IR I made of the cabinet and made a cab lock, and here is my IR. So this way I essentially have the sound of this Gallian Kruger amp played through this Gallian Kruger 212 cabinet, mic'd up. I just stole the sound and put it inside the XFX2. Kinda weird, but it works. So this is profiling, I would say. Yeah, it's not profiling, but it's profiling. I took the bass amp with the cabinet, with the mic, and put it inside the XFX2. I think that's pretty cool. But my friend also has a Darkglass bass preamp, and what I did was make a few tone matches with the various switches here, and I put the blend on full, and I took some tone matches here, here, yeah. So I profiled this one, and now I will share it on the Fractal Forum. So enjoy. So you get IRs from the bass cabinets, you get a tone match from the bass head, you get a tone match of the bass head and the cab, and then you get tone match of the Darkglass pedal preamp.